back up, everybody. Everyone to back up. Back up, please, back up. Let's back up. You need arrested. Back up. Back up! Move back! Move back! Move back! You will be arrested. Move back! Move back! Keep moving back, please.
In a season that has already been marred by frustration, poor results, and a crisis of confidence, Aston Villa have been thrown into fresh turmoil following the arrest of former president of football operations, Monchi, just a day after he left the club. The 57-year-old Spaniard, who was widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in European football, was taken into custody this morning for reasons that have not yet been made public. Villa's co-owner and chairman, Nassef Sawiris, has now broken his silence on the shocking development, giving fans a rare and candid glimpse into the mood inside the club's hierarchy. Monchi, whose real name is Ramon Rodriguez Verdejo, joined Aston Villa in June 2023 in what was seen as a massive coup for the Midlands club. Having forged a formidable partnership with Unai Emery during their successful years at Sevilla, winning 3 consecutive Europa League titles, the move to bring Monchi to Villa Park was hailed as a sign of Villa's rising ambition. And for 2 seasons, it worked. Under his watch, Villa finished 4th in the Premier League in 2023-24, qualifying for the Champions League for the first time in decades. Last season, despite a demanding fixture schedule and injuries to key players, they still managed a respectable 6th-place finish and a memorable run to the quarter-finals of the Champions League, where they were narrowly knocked out by Bayern Munich. But this summer's transfer window proved a turning point. Villa were frustratingly quiet in the market, securing only Van Gisand and Marco Bizet on permanent deals while adding Harvey Elliott and Jadon Sancho on loan in a frantic deadline day swoop. Victor Lindelof arrived on a free transfer, but it was clear that Emery's squad had not been strengthened enough to compete on multiple fronts. Their lack of firepower has already shown, as Villa have failed to win any of their opening 5 matches this season, sitting in the relegation zone with just 3 points and a single goal scored, Matty Cash's scrappy equaliser in last weekend's 1-1 draw with 10-man Sunderland. Monchi's departure earlier this week was seen as a significant blow to Villa's footballing project, and now his arrest has sent shockwaves through the club and its fanbase. Speaking to reporters this afternoon, Nassef Sawiris did not hide his disappointment but urged patience and calm. It is a very difficult day for everyone associated with Aston Villa. Monchi was an important part of our recent progress, and his sudden departure, followed by these developments, is troubling. We do not yet know the full details of why he has been taken into custody, and until we do, we must avoid speculation. What I can say is that our focus remains on stabilizing the club, supporting Unai Emery, and getting our season back on track. Sawiris' comments struck a tone of caution but also hinted at the need to move forward decisively. When asked whether Monchi's arrest had any connection to his exit from Villa, the Egyptian billionaire remained measured. I cannot comment on the legal situation. What I can say is that Monchi left on mutually agreed terms, and there was no conflict between him and the board regarding his departure. Our priority now is to identify the right leadership to guide our football operations into the next phase. Behind the scenes, however, there is a growing sense of urgency. Sources close to the club suggest that Villa's owners, Sawiris and Wes Edens, are deeply concerned by the team's lack of progress and are already assessing structural changes to prevent further decline. With a thin squad and a demoralized dressing room, pressure is mounting on Emery to deliver results quickly or face questions about his future. Monchi's arrest, regardless of its cause, adds yet another layer of uncertainty to the situation. For a club that has prided itself on long-term planning and smart recruitment, this is an unwanted distraction. Fans, too, have been left anxious, with many taking to social media to express both shock and disappointment at the latest developments. Football experts are now debating what this means for Villa's short-term prospects. Without Monchi's footballing expertise and network of contacts, the January transfer window could be far more complicated for the Birmingham side. His absence also leaves a vacuum in strategy, as Monchi was instrumental in shaping the team's recruitment philosophy and aligning Emery's vision with the club's ambitions. Sawiris' comments appear designed to reassure supporters that Villa are not about to implode under the weight of these crises. But the reality is stark. Aston Villa sit in 19th place, have failed to score from open play in 4 of their 5 matches, and have a tough run of fixtures ahead, including games against Arsenal, Tottenham, and Chelsea before the end of October. If Villa are to turn their season around, they will need not just tactical improvements but also mental resilience to block out the noise surrounding Monchi's legal troubles. For now, all eyes will remain on Sawiris and Edens, as well as Emery, to see how they steer the club through what is fast becoming one of the most turbulent starts to a season in recent memory. One thing is clear. Monchi's arrest has thrown Aston Villa into uncharted waters, and the coming weeks will define whether the club can withstand this storm or whether a season that promised so much just months ago will spiral completely out of control. Stay up to date with the latest news, headlines, and highlights about Aston Villa. Subscribe to our channel for exclusive content, and don't forget to like and share with fellow villains. Join our community today and get the most out of your Aston Villa experience. Hit the notification bell to stay notified about new content.